Welcome to the first ever episode of Fright Delight's Den, where we converse with some amazing people. I'm your host, Fright Delight, and today we're stopping by for conversation is one of the most interesting people and recognizable voices in the horror community. A person that breaks down the most depraved movies with the funniest dialogue, sitting at 620 subscribers. Actually, I'm sorry, 620,000 subscribers on 182 videos. An inspiration to myself and many others. Ladies and gentlemen, Fright Delight.
Um, Fright Delight or just Spookyrice?
Oh, no.
It's
Yo,
cool.
hey, let me redo that. Ladies and gentlemen, Spookyrice.
Hey, nice to be here. Thanks. I'm thankful for you to have me.
Man, I'm thankful for you to be here. How you doing today?
Doing excellent today. It's just been a nice chill day. Got a lot of work done. Just ready to start uploading some more videos for sure.
I love to hear that. So, how do you handle watching so many like effed up movies and going through that editing process?
Well, overall, watching the movies isn't too bad for me. I guess overall, I just been chill with movies. I guess I recognize that it's fictional overall. Like if it's a real life thing that's really messed up to watch, like some execution or just something that's really tough to watch, I definitely will shy away from that. But the movies, I recognize the work that's put into it. And plus, I'm very interested in the storytelling overall. So I'm interested in seeing what the movie is saying and how it's filmed and the coloring, the other story beats, the themes. So I'm just interested in all kinds of aspects when watching the movies. So sometimes the just how disturbing it is can kind of roll right past me and I can just focus on that, watching it, safely in a way. So I don't really get too affected by it when I watch disturbing movies for sure. So I feel when I look at it objectively in a way, I can kind of flow through the movie a little better without getting too hung up on how messed up it is or what it shows.
So, you said something interesting to me. You said, I'm look at it subjectively, not or objectively. How do you separate the two, like your feelings from, how the movie would turn out to somebody who never watched the movie before?
That's a good question, actually, because that's the thing. Some things regarding movie stuff is subjective, but there's just a lot of tropes out there that a lot of directors and stuff will, keep continuing over the years throughout the genres. And when you can recognize those tropes, I guess it can feel objective in a way. But yes, overall, a lot of things are subjective when it comes to how we view movies and how we talk about them. But yes, so I guess it's more better to say rather than objective, focused for sure, in a more focused way to figure out a way to explain what the director is trying to convey.
I want
Okay?
to know you a little bit more as a person. So, I know looking at some of your videos, you did cybersecurity as a major. Is that right?
I did. I did. It was that. Yeah. I was just chilling really. I switched to cybersecurity. I was doing computer science at first. Good idea I switched because I just wasn't messing with computer science, even though cybersecurity shared the same introduction classes, so I would have took the same classes anyway. But yeah, so I switched to cybersecurity, which is what I kind of wanted to do overall, and it was a good choice. I do wish it was more hands-on with just developing skill sets involved in cybersecurity, but overall I'm glad I switched. It definitely gave me a lot more free time.
I'm sure. Did you switching careers, did that change at all, like how you felt about, let's say, just your passion for movies?
I will say this, looking back, I definitely think I would have picked something like a major. I would have picked something more akin to like criminal profiling and stuff like that. So if I could have majored in that kind of area, I think I would have been very satisfied because there's always a need for somebody like that for sure. But cybersecurity is an excellent field right now. There's always jobs and careers in that field, especially going forward. So it's definitely a bittersweet kind of feeling. Because I definitely do like the psychology of things more than the technical side,
I'm
which
with
is how cybersecurity can be. So it's definitely a bittersweet feeling, wondering if I made the right choice overall, or wondering if I could have did this. But I think overall I made the right choice. I can always go back to school if things work out right, but that's like rich people money right there. You know how expensive school is.
Oh, don't even get me started on the prices of school. Shoot, that's the reason I'm not in there right now. But
Yeah, I was so glad I graduated.
man, so during the time you were, in transition of graduating or just before then, how did you avoid burning out?
Well, I won't lie. I was definitely getting more busy because I had to do my capstone project for cybersecurity, where we had to design some like voting thing for like voting software and stuff. And yeah, I had to do the capstone project. I had a project management class where I had to design a website for our class register thing. Yeah, I was really busy. And I think I did burn out a lot. I think I took a lot of breaks during that period. So yeah, breaks are definitely a part of Spooky Rice's DNA for sure. But I think it adds to the specialness of it overall, once I finally do start uploading. So that's a good thing. But yes, it was hard. I definitely took a lot of breaks. But going back into it today, if I could redo it, I would definitely try to reduce my expectations, have reasonable expectations, and upload at a reasonable time every week.
Were your expectations a little higher of yourself during that time?
For sure. It's always tough to settle my expectations. How I always expect, okay, I need to get this portion of the video done and all the effects in that portion and all the sound effects and all the little subtitles and everything and all the point by point editing, so it's a lot to it. And then I have the expectations that I should get this done all right here in 30 minutes. And so, yeah, I definitely get humbled a lot, but it's all a process. And that balance, that process of balance is something that takes a lifetime to learn.
You're right. There's some people who's alive right now, has been alive for the last 80 years and still haven't mastered it. So,
Nope. So yeah. Yeah. But as long as the journey is fun, I think that's what's most important.
so I have a question that's very important or
Yes.
about importance. Now, this might be a side question, but I still have to ask.
Uh-huh.
Has there been a time where you tried a new barber and it just didn't work out?
Actually, no, because I always stayed around in the neighborhood. There's two barbershops in the neighborhood that I just always visited. They always do a good job. Because like when I went away to college, which was about 30 minutes away, I never went to the barbershop down there. If I got my hair cut, I was coming back home. But I get it. I know that's frustrating. That's definitely frustrating to try out a new barber and they just don't hit it. Like, dang.
Dog, went to a barber shop, right?
Uh-huh.
My car's, she's resting right now. She's resting in peace. So I
Yes.
had to try a new barber. My barber's like 30 minutes away drive time. So I couldn't get to him. Pretty
Uh-huh.
much I end up using a new barber and he pretty much dang near cuts my beard off.
God dang.
And I'm like, yo, I just want it trimmed. I told him, trim, trim. And he's, Hispanic or whatever. And I'm trying to like, do the Google Translate thing, like, hey, just trim. He's, yeah.
Oh,
He just nods his head. I'm like, okay. And I let him do his thing. Soon as
yeah.
I get up out the barber chair, beard dang near gone. Cut.
God dang,
So
man.
I just had to ask that question.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm just glad you didn't have that issue because that's a big
Oh,
issue.
for sure. For sure.
Now, how do you balance your, content creating in your free time?
Man, it's a tough time, but I have to do it like it's a job. I have to come in here from what, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, something like 10 to 3, 10 to 4, something like that. And I have to get serious about what I'm doing. I have to sit here and work on the scripts, uh, work on the movie, work on the video. Just I have to work on something from a set time. So I gotta treat it like it's a job for sure. And I like that. I'm definitely developing some skills that even if I stop doing YouTube, there's always companies looking for video editing skills or someone that can write scripts for something or someone that can just direct social media stuff. So I definitely feel pride for the things that I've learned working this channel as well. But it can be tough to balance free time still because sometimes I'll be too tired to play the video game or watch this anime. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen and I just now finished the first season. But it's that's definitely a process too. But overall, lately things have been going great. So like after this interview, I'm probably gonna go play a video game right now.
You're not lying. I might go watch Black Clover. I feel like we're on the same wavelength though, because I did just finish Jujutsu Kaisen season one too. So yeah, I'm with you.
Interesting. Great. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie.
I gotta watch season two. People been hyping up season two for the longest. So
Okay.
shoot.
Nice.
So out of a lot of the interactions you've had with people going to college and everything, have you had one that you would say made you look at content creation or what you do in a different light?
I definitely grew in college. I grew. I definitely value the growth that college gave me. When I started the channel, I could barely look at some of those early videos because I was a different Spooky. I was a different Spooky back then. So college definitely gave me just a lot more understanding, a lot more empathy, just a lot more to think about. And it definitely added to the processes of me getting better at doing the videos and just understanding the movies more and just wanting to talk about the movies more and just wanting to do YouTube in general more.
Hmm.
Just the overall experience of college was important on the experience of creating for Spookyrice. Any specific experience? Man, let's see. No, I just can't think of it right now. I'm sorry.
No,
But
you good, homie. It doesn't have to be college or anything. Was there a person who's influenced you in how you go about, your content creation?
definitely my grandpa. In fact, the building I'm sitting in right now is a result of my grandpa. It's his legacy. It's his photography studio, which I use as kind of like a base of operations, like a little bat cave, like a spooky cave.
Hey,
And all over the walls are pictures of his photographs throughout the years, throughout the century of presidents' families, of just random businessmen, politicians, family. And this was my grandfather's content in a way. So it definitely just sitting in here is like coming into like a hall of solitude or something like that, which is inspiration on its own. So I look at all of his work over the years. It just reminds me to just keep it steady and enjoy the journey and, just keep working on that balance that we were talking about.
so your granddad
My granddad, for sure.
being able to provide something for the next generation to where it can excel them in going with whatever goal they're trying to achieve. I think that's a great thing to do as a dad, a grandfather, whoever, like a family member in general, because
Yes.
it really does help whether we realize it or not.
The one thing, whenever I think of my grandfather, the one thing that I keep thinking of him saying is he used to call me the real deal. Because I just could always figure out anything. I used to always do good at school. He used to always brag about me a lot. So like that was his thing. He would say, "Oh, he's something else. He's a real deal." And that's the first thing I think about. So it just kind of says, "Okay, I need to keep on working hard. Need to keep doing better. I need to be the real deal," just like he said.
That low key might be my next nickname for you. The real deal.
The real deal.
What
I
you
love
want?
it.
The real deal.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah. Speaking of names though, like Spookyrice, like tell me your inspiration. How did you come up with that name?
Man, spooky. I mean, that's just a classic. I mean, it has the horror undertones and it has the little positive undertones, right? Like spooky, kind of like Casper. Like spooky, something that spooky isn't too scary, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I chose spooky because, it's like a mix between scary and a mix between positive emotions, happy. And that's definitely the feeling that I wanted to evoke for the Spooky Rice channel. And I picked Rice because in Dragon Ball Z, there's a character named Gohan, and Gohan basically means rice. I know in Japan they'll say rice, they'll say Gohan to mean a meal in general, but overall it can mean rice, and that's what Gohan's name means. And Gohan, when he was a kid, he was a very chill, positive kid doing some messed up stuff. He was fighting aliens. on different planets, and he was just like what 7, 8 years old. And overall, he stayed real positive, and he is growing up. He's a student in a way. He's trying to make his dad proud. He's trying to make his mom proud. He's trying to do good in school. And that's kind of what I was doing when I started the channel. So I kind of felt a little resemblance there, a little connection there, and I pulled that forward for Spooky, added Rice there, and there we go, Spookyrice.
I love the reasoning behind it. It's not just some random name you picked out of a shoebox or something.
For
I love it.
sure, for sure. Heck no.
And I would like to tell people too who's into Dragon Ball Z to put some respect on Gohan's name. He did, retire, but he did it for a good reason. Like you said, he was a kid, right? He was fighting Raccoon, got his neck broke at like what, less than 10 years old. So of course
Yes.
he would want to retire. Put some respect on the man name.
Yeah.
He comes through when he has to, which I think, is similar with you in a way, because you did come out with the video and
Wow, that's just like Gohan. Every now and then when he powers up, I release a video. Oh, wow.
and not only that, the videos are fire. I didn't catch the last one, but I did catch the one before that. Fire. So,
Oh, okay. I think that was Cam. Yeah, nice.
what inspired you to make the YouTube channel itself?
Well, of course, as a kid, I was always loving YouTubers like Vanos, Dashi, Corey Kenshin. Still love him today. Cub Scouts. And I just really messed with the energy that they had, the positivity that they had, especially Corey and Cub Scouts and Dashi. And I wanted to bring that forward in my own channel one day. I tried gaming stuff during freshman year of college, but didn't work out. But I always had this idea ever since I did this presentation on Michael Myers in my psychology class in high school. I did a presentation on how evil he was or what his mental illness was. I always had this idea to one day talk about horror movies, especially because I saw one video by a creator named Horrible Reviews where he talked about disturbing movies, and one of them was about Splatter, Naked Blood, which is this Japanese movie where these three ladies are drugged to find what they like pain. They really love pain, and it was just really gory. And I was like, wow, I want to talk about movies like this one day. And then there was this YouTuber named Dead Meat that just popped out, and Dead Meat, he's just awesome. He's an OG. He's just excellent. And he gave me a good idea for how to, simply talk about films like Splatter, Naked Blood. And I really liked his approach to it. I liked how he just would talk about the movie, give facts about it and all of that. It gave me the idea to start a channel like that where I mixed that kind of format with my kind of energy. And that's the creation of Spookyrice for sure.
Bro, Dead Meat, Corey Kenshin, all them, dog, like OG triple OGs.
Yes, that even goes back to the student kind of format that I borrowed from the Gohan element. I guess I've always liked the whole student mentor kind of dynamic, and I'm even trying to follow that with Spooky Rice in a way.
Has there been a situation to where somebody's gotten a little bit more recognized on YouTube and thought back to you as an inspiration?
Well, that's one thing I definitely have seen a lot of great creators comment on my channel. Even subscribe to me. It'll show me like some big YouTubers that are subscribed to me, and that's really cool to see too. Overall, I don't really see much big YouTubers or anything like that have said I'm a a big inspiration. Other than of course the great Fright Delight. I definitely I feel inspired overall that people mess with some of the things that I'll say, some of the quotes that I say. So I really hope that I leave a positive influence. And I think I am. So I do think I feel inspired from that overall. Just the feeling that we are making a great community over here.
Oh, it's better than great. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've seen enough and for a decent amount of years to like, okay, yeah, this sounds like something I would say in a way. And you're like
Okay, cool.
very relatable.
Nice.
Now, is there a person that you would want to collaborate with, living or dead? And if it is, who would it be and why?
Great question. Stan Lee. Man, Stan Lee is so inspirational, man. I just think the first time I got exposed to Stan Lee was in that Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 1. I think it was on GameCube too. And Stan Lee did voiceovers where he narrated the origins of some of the characters in the Spider-Man game. And that actually inspired the way I enunciate for my channel even. So yeah, Stan Lee, he's low-key a great vocal coach. But yeah, he's created the greatest superheroes of Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, of course, which Spider-Man is probably my most important influence. He's my fictional character. Like that's my guy, Spider-Man. And I feel even more connected to him now than I did as a kid. You know, growing up, I understand the struggles that he was talking about, the little Peter Parker struggles. So me and you, we understand those struggles more. So I feel so connected to Peter Parker and Miles, of course. I love Miles too. But yes, I would love to work with Stan Lee to be able to make a superhero, a story arc with him, a movie with him where he is like in it. He just deserves every honor.
Yeah.
He outlives his own life in a way. It is beautiful what Stan Lee has created.
Yeah, I honestly think Stan Lee is immortalized in a way.
Exactly.
Is there a time to where you felt Uncle Ben's quote, with great power comes great responsibility? Have you ever felt like, dang, I have like so much pull on YouTube?
Of course. You know, I hate the fact that every day you find out about some YouTuber that's talking to little kids on social media or something, or they're racist or something like that. I just hate hearing that. And it seems like every YouTuber is just some freaking weirdo behind the camera. And I mean, you can't even trust anybody. So I definitely want to make sure that people know that my channel, yes, we talk about some messed up movies, but it is a positive setting. It is a place where people can, expect empathy and understanding.
I'm with you. It kind of like puts a bad name on YouTubers in a way to where like, dang, another YouTuber talks to kids. Oh, dang, another YouTuber does this or another YouTuber does that. And you don't want to have people have the impression like, oh, is Spookyrice on that too?
Yeah,
Like,
like I'm not trying to say I'm Superman, but I am a good guy. I will acknowledge that. And I'm not out here I'll never try and scam anybody. I'm never talking to anybody like that. I'm just a chill dude that likes to watch movies, talk about them, and then play stealth games and Spider-Man games all over again. So yeah,
man, I don't know if my word means much right now, but hey, I will vouch for this man, everybody. He's genuine great dude.
respected. Thank you.
What's one video that you made and it just stood out to you as your favorite?
I got a video coming up that I low-key really love, but I think Bedeviled, I call it Bognan Rises though, is that it's a South Korean movie. It's a movie about this lady. She's a jerk. She's so mean to everybody, and then they just give her a freaking vacation just to kick her out of work. And she decides to go on this like island village where she grew up, and she finally responds to her friend who's been mailing her. Her name is Bognam, and she's this lady with a daughter. She's so cheery, so extroverted. She's just adorable. But she's been abused and she needs help, but her friend literally ignores her. And it's just, wow, makes you just hate that character. It just makes you really care about the real main character, Bognam, and her struggles. And I feel like it was kind of a funny video. I would definitely remake it now, but yeah, it was definitely my favorite for a time. I definitely like my upcoming video, Midsummer. It'll probably be uploaded by the time you do this interview, but yeah, Midsummer, I make a lot of funny jokes in that video, so I'm definitely enjoying that one. I feel like I'm getting the humor back, which is a very important part for me.
I mean, the content you create, because sometimes, it gets so dark to where, a joke or two wouldn't, hurt at all. And, this person got R, this person got killed somehow, and then there you go with a joke. And your content just, excels at that. I think I laugh more at, during your videos than most others because of how many, jokes you put, especially early on, like you said.
Yeah.
There was this one video. I can't put the name on it, but
Hmm.
you can. You were drunk during the video, or you were
Oh
drinking.
yeah, Brain Dead.
Mm-hmm. Even though Brain Dead isn't a scary movie in my opinion, but you know,
Right.
you just elevated the humor in it, and I really appreciated him.
That's so special to me. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Yeah, bro. And honestly, well, let me ask you this: on the opposite end, has there been a movie to where, or just an experience in general, to where you've been creating content, you actually got spooked out or scared for once?
Man, back in October, me and my friend, we watched Talk to Me. No, actually, Talk to Me spooked the mess out of me, man. That's a good horror movie, especially the ending. Oof, the ending made me feel nauseous. Maybe I'm overdoing it, but yeah, it was interesting.
How you felt about it is how equally I felt in the creative process of it because there's so many cookie cutter uh paranormal movies.
Yeah,
Haunted house, family moves in, the dad doesn't believe him, the wife does, kid has stuff happening, and then the movie revolves around that.
yeah.
Not gonna lie, it really rejuvenated my like hope for horror, number one. And number two, just hope for myself, if that makes sense. So um a question for you: have you seen another movie that's just inspired you to make one yourself?
Midsummer, definitely a little bit of I Spit on Your Grave too. I really mess with a character that just takes out everybody that was annoying. It depends because I don't really mess with having sexual assault as a reason for it. So definitely I'm definitely still thinking about the movie part, but movies like Talk to Me and Midsummer, I really liked how they were filmed. I like the storytelling they do. Of course, Get Out for sure. I think Get Out is a good inspiration.
For sure.
Let's see. Halloween 2. Yes, Halloween 2. I love how that was filmed. Of course, the first one's great too, but I just love that the music in Halloween 2 for sure. Stranger Things is a great inspiration as well. I know it's a TV show. And also The Sopranos. Sopranos is a really good mafia show, but I really like the way it builds scenes together. I like how it fits. So I think that would definitely influence a lot of how I do dialogue and stuff like that.
Why do you like Sopranos? What's it about you that makes it your favorite?
Man, Tony Soprano is a really funny character. He can pull you in right away. He has a lot of riz. He rizzes up the entire audience to where you're just on his side, even though you know he's a terrible person. Like he's killed people. He'll do a lot of harm for his own personal gain. But he, like Walter White for one, Walter White pulls people too because you understand their circumstances and you get why they are doing what they're doing. And yeah, so Tony Soprano's really good, and the cast of characters in The Sopranos is special. There's Chris Moltisanti, Silvio, Paulie. There's a guy named Big P Word. It's a lot of characters. There's Tony's wife Carmela and his kids AJ and Meadow. That's the double entendre of what the title means. The Sopranos, his family and his mafia family. And that balance between that is invigorating to watch, I think. I think that's why it's a really good show. Just like Breaking Bad. People love that tightrope walk. That's why I really think they can make a really good Spider-Man TV show if they really tried.
You preaching to the choir, bro. A
Yeah.
Spider-Man TV show, not the Amazing Spider, because that was awesome, back in the day. I think you mean like a live action one, right?
Like a live action Peter Parker Spider-Man adventure where he fight it'd probably be a villain every 3 episodes or something like that. Like Daredevil, but with Spider-Man stuff.
I believe that would have worked better than what we got. But I guess I can't complain too much. Yeah, I can. They
Yeah,
put
I mean,
$1 million in there.
I know they're making Spider Noir right now. They said that might be good, but
Is that going to be live action or a
I
cartoon?
think it's live action. Yes. So it's gonna be a TV show.
I really enjoy,
Uh-huh.
when people find so much interest in the TV show because I know how crazy I can get about The Walking Dead. So,
Uh-huh.
for somebody who's never watched the show, what's some reasons you would give them to, try to get on board?
Sopranos is very easy to just slip into. You just really mess with the characters right away. You laugh at what the jokes that they're saying. You mess with their dilemmas. You can tell right away. It's just has really good storytelling. Just not even just from the acting, but just from how the sets are and just how the characters interact. The music is really nice. It has a really nice theme song. Tony Soprano, the main character, he is very funny and he has just what it takes to be a mafia boss. But as you can see, he's struggling just to raise his kids and to reconcile his relationship with his mom and his uncle, who is also another rival boss in the same mafia family. And by boss, I mean captain. And so, yeah, you see his dilemmas. You see the tightrope that he has to balance, and it just pulls you in right away. You really mess with Tony Soprano. So just like how a character would mess with Walter White or Franklin Saint. And yeah, Tony Soprano is very intelligent, actually. He's very intelligent in his own way. Not like Walter White, but he has very good social intelligence, and he uses that to manipulate others to do what he wants them to do. So yeah, he's a very interesting character to watch. Has a lot of episodes too, so you're gonna fall in love with it, and you're gonna fall in love with the fact that there's a lot of episodes. Like, wow, this is like a damn saga. Like I got to watch a whole story, and there's a movie that you can watch too.
There's a movie?
Yeah, it's called The Many Saints of Newark. It's like a prequel to the show. It's not as good as the show, but it's something. The cast of characters, the supporting characters are all funny. They're all meaningful. They do things that are meaningful. The villains of the season are all interesting. The Sopranos hits. You really mess with how Tony Soprano is going to solve the problem of the day.
Like I said, I've only maybe watched one episode, and that was like the first episode when Tony was talking to, I guess, a psychologist about or psychiatrist about what's going on with
Yes.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Panic attacks.
Yes, I will for sure give it a watch. Now on the contrary,
Mhm.
you mentioned Franklin Saint. Have you seen all of Snowfall?
I'm on the final season. All I know is at the final season, Franklin. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't. Should we spoil it for them?
Nah,
No.
bro.
Nah.
Too good. It came out what last year or ended last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give them some time. Give them some time. Now, is there something that you want to create that is like two things that you really enjoy?
Man, that's why it is special that Corey came back and he had that awesome manga. Corey Kenshin showing a nice manga that he's working on and his eventual goal for it to be animated. Of course, as a kid, I've always liked martial arts stuff, martial arts movies. I took Taekwondo for a long time as a kid too. I reached the camel belt before I stopped, but I was pretty good at it. I've always liked the idea of making like a martial arts kind of story, but like Corey, I don't know how to draw, so I'd have to, it would be a lot of money, but if I could make a story or a TV show or something, I would make a nice martial arts story, like a nice coming of age martial arts story, kind of like the Karate Kid. I definitely like superheroes. I think there's more to superheroes than just Marvel and DC. I think it'd be cool if people made movies for their own superheroes, and I wouldn't mind being able to make my own superhero movie, but that takes millions. So that's if I get rich, rich.
Like Rockefeller Rich.
Yeah.
You say you want to do like something like the Karate Kid, something martial arts related.
Yeah.
Is there a person that you would mimic your main protagonist after?
Man, Jackie Chan is so special. Just the way he fights is just so clumsy, but he just gets the job done. I love Jackie Chan, the way he fights. Jet Li though, Jet Li has focus. He has precision. He just strikes. And I definitely think my character, the main character, would be more inspired by Jackie Chan at first until they learn more precision in a way. But I definitely want them to like learn a drunk fighting style, the drunken fist, that of course Jackie Chan popularized. So
Mhm.
yeah, so Jackie Chan is definitely the main martial artist that I find interesting. Also, fun fact, Akira Toriyama said that if Dragon Ball was in a movie, he'd see Jackie Chan playing Goku.
That kind of makes me think, why didn't we get that? What when in 2008 or something when Dragon Ball Evolution came out?
Yeah. I guess Akira Toriyama was just like, whatever, I'm getting my check. Y'all do what y'all want over there.
So, bro, couple more questions, and we can end it off for the night. I know you had a long day.
Yeah,
Uh,
Michael Myers waiting on me outside. It's dark, but it's okay.
you got the theme music playing in the background while you
Yeah,
walking.
I keep hearing it in my ears right now.
Oh man, so how did you feel when you got your play button?
Man, it's right here. I have it stacked just to remind me. Man, I was elated. I was happy, excited. Just unboxing it, had that little printed out letter from the CEO of YouTube. Rest in peace to her, actually. I think she passed away. But I was elated. It was just beautiful to get it, seeing my name on an award, like proof of all the work that I did, that balancing between college work and YouTube editing. It felt like proof of my ability. Felt proud. So it's definitely something I look at almost like a mirror to remind me of what I'm capable of. Need to get a million.
Bro, you like a million subscriber type of dude.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
kind of like with Gohan. I'll throw Gohan back in there. One thing that holds him back from being the best Z fighter, because again, he has the potential to be the best Z fighter, even bigger than Broly. If you did not have not one single break, you'd be at like 2 or 3 million right now.
Damn, you got it. We getting there.
Bro, I've been a big fan. I'm over here putting chapstick on. Oh.
It's okay.
It's just amazing to see how far you've come since when I
Yes.
my two last questions. What type of challenges do you face as a content creator now, and how do you overcome them?
Man, my two main antagonists, my two main villains are probably copyright and monetization stuff. Of course, I talk about a lot of movies, which is not my property, but sometimes YouTube system to detect that can get in the way of some videos that are entirely transformative that are fair use. And sometimes I can get caught up in that, and that can be annoying when I work hard on a video and now I gotta switch to something else because, their copyright companies don't want a lick of it on YouTube. So now I have to start a new video type or something. And of course, I'm out of college now. So that means bills to pay and stuff like that. So I do care about creating a consistent money flow just so I can keep being passionate overall. Of course, there's many ways to get a money flow. Of course, I need to start Patreon. I haven't started that yet. It's not good to keep all your eggs in one basket, but we're getting there. Patreon is coming soon. I'm working on all of that right now. I'm also working on some other channel ideas that just will be for fun too. But yeah, so first, let's settle on starting from the top, Spookyrice, and things are really leveling out and I'm gaining a lot of insight on my limits and how to do better and how to manage my workspace better and my energy. So I feel very confident that we will be getting to that 2 million subscribers very soon.
Heck yeah, bro. I have the utmost faith that is gonna happen.
Yes.
I love seeing your content, even though I didn't catch that last video.
Yeah. Okay.
My last question would be, what advice would you give to newer people on YouTube that's trying to start out?
I'd say definitely work your best on storytelling formats and just learning how to keep people's attention. Because if you can keep people's attention past what about 30 seconds, then people have a likelihood of to keep watching. And if people keep watching, the YouTube is going to share your videos with more people. You're going to get more views. So definitely try your best to keep a viewer's attention past 30 seconds. And that means making sure your introduction is really good, making sure it asks the viewer a question that they have to ponder. And, your video will promise the answer. So yeah, I'd say watch some storytelling formats. Think of a book that you like and or read a chapter from it and see how it pulls your attention. Watch a movie that you like. What pulls you in about the movie? What about the visual aspects of it pull you in? And then as soon as you figure out what pulls your attention, replicate that for your videos. And I think you'll definitely see some more success later down the line. And of course, it's something I'm still learning as well too. But I think it's important, not just for videos, but also just for daily life, being able to communicate storytelling and how you discuss ideas with people and how you build connections with others. I definitely think looking into storytelling and how to craft good video scripts will help you in editing and just growing on YouTube.
I got to give you a round of applause. And everybody else who's been watching, please give this man a round of applause too. He took the time out his day to talk to us at 500 subscribers. I really appreciate you coming to talk to not only me, but my subscribers as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Spookyrice.
You're welcome, man. It's a pleasure.
Shoot, man. Well, this concludes again the first ever Fright Delight's Den interview. It's a pleasure to have not only the man, not only the myth, but the legend himself, Spookyrice, here to come through with the first ever interview. And thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me, and hopefully it means a lot to my subscribers as well. So thank you so
I
much.
hope so too.
We'll catch all y'all later. Peace.
Peace.